dear students, myself Gangadhar Solanke, and I welcome you all to the MCGM's virtual classroom. Today in Standard 6 History, we'll be learning the chapter States After the Maurya Empire. Our last chapter was India during the Maurya period, and now in this topic we are going to talk about the states after the Maurya Empire. And on the screen you can see the map and the area or the region under the power of the Mauryan Empire, from Middle East here, then from here to here, boundaries of the Mauryan Empire. But now in this topic we are going to talk about the states after the Maurya Empire, or after the decline of the Maurya Empire, or after the weakening of the Mauryan Empire, what exactly happened. And in that, the first one is the Shunga dynasty. After Emperor Ashoka, Maurya power started declining. एम्परर अशोका के बाद धीरे धीरे मौर्य एम्पायर जो है वो क्या होता गया, डिक्लाइन होता गया, उसकी पावर कम कम होती गई. द लास्ट मौर्य एम्पायर वाज कॉल्ड बृहद्रथ. मतलब इतना डिक्लाइन हुआ कि उसके बाद फिर कोई राजा रहा ही नहीं. द लास्ट वन वाज द बृहद्रथ. द मौर्य जनरल पुष्यमित्र शुंग revolted against Bryarath, killed him and became the king himself. So here Pushyamitra Shung was general in the Mauryan dynasty, was general in the kingdom of the Maurya, but he revolted against Bryarath. उसने क्या किया, Bryarath के खिलाफ ही अपना खुद का आंदोलन चलाया, and then he killed Bryarath and became the king. and इस तरह से शुरू हुआ शुंग डायनेस्टी. Mauryan last king Bryarath killed by Pushyamitra Shung, who was commander in chief of Mauryan army. Next now point, Indo-Greek kings. There were several small kingdoms ruled by Greek kings to the northwest of the Indian subcontinent, and those kings are known as Indo-Greek kings. किस नाम से जाने जाते थे? Indo-Greek kings के नाम से. कौन से? वो kings. During this period, there were several small kingdoms ruled by Greek kings to the northwest of the Indian subcontinent. Indian subcontinent है, but जो kings है वो कौन से थे? Greek kings थे, और इसीलिए उन kings को Indo-Greek kings कहा जाता था. The coins of these kings are very important. If the history of the coins of ancient India, the coins of these kings are very important, because we have already studied that coins are very important sources of history. और जो history में coins है उससे बहुत सारी चीज़ें हमें पता चल जाती है. The name of the king, the name of the dynasty, then the period, and by the symbol also we learn many things. On the screen also you can see coins and the map of the Indo-Greek kingdom. They had a tradition of putting the picture of the king on one side and that of a deity on the other side. This tradition later took root in India, and today also on the two sides of a coin हम देखते हैं कि अलग अलग चीज़ें हैं related with our country. One of the famous Indo-Greek kings was Menander, who discussed, this A is not here, it's MENANDER, who discussed Buddhist philosophy with the Buddhist bhikkhu Nagsen. And Menander is also referred to as Milind. उसे मिलिंद भी कहा जाता था. Menander is also referred to as Milind. The questions that he discussed with Bhikkhu Naksen led to the creation of the book Milind Panna. So the Pali word Panna means question. So मिलिंद के जो कुछ क्वेश्चन थे वो उसने बुद्धिस्ट भिक्खु नागसेन से पूछे, नागसेन से उसके आंसर्स मिले और उस क्वेश्चन आंसर का एक बुक बना जिसे मिलिंद पन्न नाम दिया गया. मिलिंद पन्न, पन्न इस शब्द का पाली में मीनिंग होता है, पाली इज अ लैंग्वेज, क्वेश्चन. तो मिलिंद के सवाल ऐसा इस बुक का नाम है. तो आंसर्स किसके हुए? बौद्ध भिक्खु नागसेन के. द पाली वर्ड पन्ना मीन्स क्वेश्चन. और ये बात भी आपको यहाँ पर ध्यान में रखनी है कि उस वक्त ऐसी बहुत सारी चीज़ें होती थी कि अलग अलग राजाओं के कोर्ट में अलग अलग तरह के लोग होते थे. मतलब इन द फील्ड ऑफ म्यूज़िक का कोई होगा, इन द फील्ड ऑफ राइटिंग्स लिटरेचर का कोई होगा, इन द फील्ड ऑफ रिलीजन वो कोई होगा, फिलोसॉफी के कोई होंगे, और अलग अलग डिबेट्स चलते थे, चर्चाएँ चलती थी. उसी तरह से इस मिलिंद ने भी बौद्ध भिक्खु नागसेन के साथ डिस्कशन किया, चर्चा की. who discussed Buddhist philosophy with the Buddhist bhikkhu Naksen. On the screen you can see the cover page of the book, The Debate of King Milind. On the screen now you can see the King Milind asks questions, and here both the bhikkhu Nagsena answered all the questions. Next point, Kushna kings. India was invaded from time to time by several tribes. The Kushnas were one such tribe from Central Asia. They established their rule in the northwestern region and in Kashmir in the 1st century. Now one more thing here which is very important to understand. इंडिया वॉज इन्वेडेड फ्रॉम टाइम टू टाइम बाय सेवरल ट्राइब्स. ऐसे बहुत सारे ट्राइब्स थे बाउंड्रीज पे जो बार बार आते थे, हमला करते थे, बार बार आते थे, हमला करते थे. और उनमें से जो एक ट्राइब है वो कुशना ट्राइब था, जिन्होंने सेंट्रल एशिया में अपना जियोग्राफिकल टेरिटरी बना लिया. दे इस्टेब्लिश देयर रूल इन द नॉर्थ वेस्टर्न रीजन एंड इन काश्मीर इन द 1st century CE. The Kushna kings were the first to start minting of gold coins in India. They started the custom of putting the images of Gautam Buddha and different Indian deities on the coins. The Kushan king Kanishka extended their empire. So coins, as I told you before, play very important role in understanding the history, and Kushna kings made many important changes about the coins, जो कि gold coin बनाना start किए, then started putting the images of Gautam Buddha on the and the different Indian deities on the coins. Kushna kings started the custom of putting the images of Gautam Buddha and different deities, which you can see on the screen, Shiva and Buddha on Kushna coins, and then Emperor Kanishka. Kanishka's empire extended from Kabul in the west to Varanasi in the east. Gold and copper coins minted by him have been found in North India. The 4th Buddhist council was held in Kashmir during his reign. On the screen you can see the image related with the 4th Buddhist council, the illustration of 4th बुद्धिस्ट काउंसिल. इसमें क्या होता था, उस पर्टिकुलर रिलीजन के, बुद्धिस्ट रिलीजन के जो अलग अलग लोग हैं, भिक्खुज है, जो बहुत नॉलेजेबल है, जिनके पास बहुत ज्ञान है, इकट्ठा आते थे, चर्चाएं करते थे, कुछ बुक्स लिखे जाते थे और आगे क्या करना है उसके बारे में सोचा जाता था, लोगों को बोलने का मौका दिया जाता था. ऐसी बहुत सारी चीज़ें इस तरह के काउंसिल में होती थी. सो 4th बुद्धिस्ट काउंसिल जो है वो एम्परर कनिष्क के टाइम पे हुई. The well-known poet Ashwaghosh lived during the reign of Kanishk. He wrote the texts Buddha Charitra and Vajra Suchi. The famous Vaidya Charaka was also in Kanishka's court. He established the city of Kanishkpur in Kashmir. He wrote the texts Buddha Charitra and Vajra Suchi. And the famous Vaidya Charak, जिनका नाम आज भी लिया जाता है, was also in कनिष्क कोर्ट. तो एक बात हमें और यहाँ पे समझनी है कि पर्टिकुलर राजा है जो थे उनके कोर्ट में कौन थे जो फिलासॉफी में अच्छे हैं, जो लिटरेचर में अच्छे हैं, जो म्यूज़िक में अच्छे हैं या फिर बाकी फील्ड में अच्छे हैं, उनके नामों से भी इन्हें जाना जाता था. और इसीलिए अच्छे अच्छे लोग अपने अपने कोर्ट में रखने का प्रयास ये किंग करते थे. जैसे द फेमस वैद्य चरक वॉज ऑल्सो इन द कनिष्का कोर्ट. तो जब जब चरखा के बारे में बताया जाएगा, बोला जाएगा, तो ये भी बताया जाएगा कि ही वॉज ड्यूरिंग द पीरियड ऑफ कनिष्का और ही वॉज इन द कोर्ट ऑफ कनिष्का. Next one now, the Gupta dynasty. The end of the 3rd century CE saw the rise of the Gupta dynasty in the North India. The Guptas remained in power for nearly 3 centuries. Just think about this. 3 centuries तक ये power में रहे. On the screen you can see the area exactly, geographical region of Gupta Empire. Samudragupta and Chandragupta second were the notable kings of the Gupta dynasty. Guptas remained in power for nearly 3 centuries. Sri Gupta was the founder of the Gupta dynasty. Here also you can see the Gupta dynasty. And in this the very important name of the Gupta dynasty, Samudragupta. The expansion of the Gupta Empire began during the reign of Chandragupta I. His son Samudragupta defeated the smaller neighboring kingdoms and extended the empire further. We have already talked about this कि कोई एक बड़ा किंगडम है, फिर उसके आजू बाजू में छोटे छोटे किंगडम भी हुआ करते थे जो इंडिपेंडेंट रूल करते थे. बट kings like Samudragupta defeated all these neighboring kingdoms and added them to their power, to their kingdom. In this time, the Gupta Empire spread from Assam up to Punjab and here also conquered the eastern coastal region up to Kanchi in Tamil Nadu. So just think about the boundaries. Due to these victories, his power came to be recognized everywhere. क्योंकि जहाँ पे भी देखा जा रहा है उसका रेंज दिख रहा है, उसका पावर दिख रहा है. As a result, kings on the northwestern frontiers as well as those in Sri Lanka made treaties of friendship with him. क्योंकि अगर दोस्ती नहीं बनाएंगे और दुश्मनी रखेंगे तो वो हरा के ही रहेगा, ऐसा माना जा रहा था. इतना इस किंग का नाम हुआ था. A pillar inscription at Prayag describes Samudragupta's conquests and victories. This inscription is known as Prayag Prasasti and also as Allahabad Prasasti. He was an expert veena player. Allahabad pillar you can see on the screen. He minted coins which had a variety of images engraved on them. On the screen you can see a gold coin of Samudragupta, both sides of that coin. He was an expert veena player. He minted coins which had a variety of images engraved on them. In one of them he is seen playing the veena and his name Samudragupta is engraved on it. Here you can see. So by this हमें बहुत सारी चीज़ें related with the history पता चल जाती हैं. And that is why we consider coin as very important source of history. And now the next one, Chandragupta Second, after Samudragupta, his son Chandragupta II ascended the throne. He extended the Gupta Empire towards the northwest. He also won he also won Malwa, Gujarat, and Saurashtra. In this topic, we are only talking about the kings and their achievements. We can say उन्होंने कौन कौन सी जगह जीती, किस किस के साथ लड़ाई की, और पर्टिकुलर डायनेस्टीज में important names क्या थे. So whenever we talk about Chandragupta II, it is very important for us to keep in mind that he extended the Gupta Empire towards the northwest, also on Malwa, Gujarat, and Saurashtra. He established good relations with the powerful Vakataka rulers in the south by giving his daughter Prabhavati in marriage to Rudrasen II. On the screen, you can see the images related with this. There is an iron pillar at Mehrauli near Delhi. It has not rusted even in the course of the last 1500 years. It is an excellent specimen of the metallurgical skill of the ancient Indian people. The inscription on the pillar bears the name of the king called Chandra. It is on this basis that the iron pillar is assumed to be the पीरियड ऑफ चंद्रगुप्त सेकंड, क्योंकि उस पर चंद्र ऐसा नाम लिखा गया है, तो इससे ये अंदाजा लगाया गया है कि ये बनाया गया होगा चंद्रगुप्त सेकंड के टाइम में. इन दिस पीरियड द बौद्ध भिक्खु फाहाइन केम टू इंडिया फ्रॉम चाइना. He has written an account of his travels in India, and from his writings we learn about efficient administration of the Gupta empires. Now it is very important for us to understand that at that time ऐसे बहुत सारे ट्रैवलर्स हुआ करते थे जो एक देश से दूसरी देश में, एक किंगडम से दूसरी किंगडम में जाते थे एंड कीप रिकॉर्ड्स ऑफ दैट पीरियड. वो लिखने का काम करते थे, अलग अलग किताबों का संग्रह करते थे. एंड टुडे ऑल्सो वी यूज दैट एज अ सोर्स ऑफ हिस्ट्री, या फिर बहुत सारी चीज़ें हमें हिस्ट्री के बारे में पता चलती है. तो फाहाइन is the name which is very important for us whenever we talk about Chandragupta II, because in this period only he came to India from China and written an account of his travels. Now the next one, the Vardhan dynasty. With the decline of the Gupta power, many states emerged in North India. हमने देखा कि 3 सेंचुरीज तक गुप्ता डायनेस्टी ने रूल किया, पावर में रहे. बट व्हेन डिक्लाइन स्टार्टेड ऑफ गुप्ता पावर, many states emerged in North India. The Vardhan dynasty was one of them. Prabhakar Vardhan was the king of the Thanesar near Delhi. The Vardhan dynasty was founded by him. His son Harshavardhan expanded the Vardhan empire up to Nepal in the north, up to the river Narmada in the south, Assam in the east, and Gujarat in the west. By this, you can understand the boundaries of the Vardhan dynasty, and on the screen you can check this with the map also. Vardhan dynasty. He had also established friendly relations with the Emperor of China and even sent his ambassador to Chinese court. The capital of the Harshavardhan's empire was Kanauj. Trade flourished during his reign, and he spent a large portion of his revenue for the welfare of the people. On the screen now you can see again empire of King Harsh. This one, the boundaries. King Harsh established diplomatic relations with China and every 5 years he would distribute all his wealth amongst the people. So he made number of things for the welfare of the people, and that is why his name in the history is very important, क्योंकि लोगों के लिए बहुत सारा काम किया. एवरी 5 years he would distribute all his wealth among the people. ये कोई आम बात नहीं है, और सब राजाओं के बारे में हमने नहीं देखा है कि हर 5 साल के बाद पूरी जो संपत्ति थी उसके पास, पूरी जो वेल्थ थी वो लोगों में बांट देता था. द कोर्ट पोएट बाणभट्ट wrote Harshchariत्र, a biography of Emperor Harshavardhan. This text provides information on the life and achievements of Harshavardhan. Harshavardhan had become a follower of Buddhism but gave generous patronage to other religions too, and this one is very important thing today also for us, that we should respect others also while following our religion. He wrote 3 Sanskrit plays, Ratnavali, Naganand and Priyadarsika. The Buddhist bhikkhu Yuan Shong, on the screen you can see, had come to India from China during his reign. He travelled to all parts of India. He had stayed at the Nalanda University here for 2 years, which was very famous यूनिवर्सिटी ऑफ दैट पीरियड, और बहुत अलग अलग जगहों से यहाँ पर पढ़ने के लिए लोग आते थे. ऑन रिटर्निंग टू हिज होमलैंड ही ट्रांसलेटेड मेनी बुद्धिस्ट मैन्युस्क्रिप्ट्स इनटू चाइनीज, एंड टुडे आल्सो देयर वी हैव नंबर ऑफ बुक्स और द लिटरेचर रिलेटेड विद द बौद्ध रिलीजन. Expanse of territories after first conflict. Here you can see. Powers in northeast India. Now last point of our today's chapter, powers in northeast India. It's EAST, powers in northeast India. A story in Mahabharata tells about the marriage of Arjuna and Ulupi, the princess of Manipur state in East India. The state of Kamrup emerged in the 4th century CE. It was established by Pushyavarman. क्या नाम था? Pushyavarman. His name has been mentioned in the pillar inscription of Samudragupta at Allahabad, जिसका पिक्चर हमने एक स्लाइड में देखा था. Many inscriptions of the Kamrup kings are available. The epics Mahabharata and Ramayana use the name Pragjyotish for Kamrup. The capital of that state was Pragjyotishpur. क्या नाम था? Pragjyotishpur. Today we know it as the city of Guwahati in Assam. आज की जो गुवाहाटी में सिटी है आसाम, वो ये थी. यहाँ पर आप देख सकते हैं कामरूप in the map. In the book Periplus of the Erythraeum Sea, Kamrup is mentioned as Kirhadia, or the region of the Kirat people. The Kamrup kingdom extended in the Brahmaputra river basin, Bhutan, some parts of Bengal and Bihar. During the reign of King Bhaskarvarman, Yuan Shong had visited Kamrup. So Yuan Shong, very important name in the history to understand the history of that particular period. So in our today's chapter we learnt about the different kingdoms in North India that emerged in the period after the Mauryas, and similarly we also learnt about the situation in the northeastern part of India during that period. So in the next chapter of our history textbook we'll get acquainted with the kingdoms of the south of the same period.
Please subscribe the channel and press bell icon to get notifications.
So my dear ones, this is all for today. Thank you very much. Stay home, stay safe, take care.